Peace, y'all. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about what I consider the Swiss Army knife of video cameras, and that's the FX6. I've had the FX6 for about 3 years now, and it's been my go-to camera for a lot of my projects. The reason that the FX6 is a great camera for the kind of work that I do, and I think a lot of professionals do, is that it checks a lot of the boxes that we're looking for in a professional video camera. It's marked as a cinema camera, so you can shoot cinema quality images from this camera. And I would say, to begin with, it's a compact 4K full frame video camera with great dynamic range, great color science, and the images coming out of it are clean. They're more on the sharper side, but it's a good base to start with. And you can use filtration or techniques in post to make the image feel a little bit more filmic. But overall, great image, and I've been able to get the images that I like coming out of it. The camera is light, it's not too heavy, it's ergonomically well suited for a solo shooter. I think that it does really well in documentary settings, but I've shot everything from documentaries, narrative fiction films, branded content. So I've shot a variety of content with the FX6, and it's worked really well for me. Another aspect about the camera I think that's really good is that it's Netflix approved. The camera can shoot 4K DCI up to 60 frames per second. It can shoot 4K UHD up to 120 frames per second, and then in 1080p up to 240 frames per second. So it's a really versatile camera in terms of frame rates. And then it can also shoot S-Log3 if you want to shoot log footage, and it grades really well. I like the colors coming out of it. And then it can also shoot S-Cinetone, which is basically Sony's version of a Rec 709 or standard color profile. And the images coming out of that are really nice as well. Good colors, nice highlight roll off. And of course, this is all given that you expose correctly and you shoot a good image to work with from the beginning. I always like to get the image that I want out of camera and just do tweaks or adjust things in post in a way that I really like. The FX6 has all the inputs and outputs that you want from a camera. It has a HDMI, SDI, Genlock, timecode, and then it has other functional ports. For audio, which is really important, it has the XLR inputs. Some of the things I wish the camera did have was 4K and Super 35 mode. It's great that you have the Super 35 mode option, but it's kind of limited to just shooting 1080, which is fine in a lot of scenarios, but it would have been nice to be able to have the full resolution or the full quality that the camera offers. The camera also doesn't have 4:3, a 4:3 aspect ratio or open gate, which would have been nice as well, especially for anamorphic. And then it doesn't shoot raw internally. You have to use an external recorder for that. But other than those things and the XLR inputs being limited to the handle or the audio inputs being limited to the handle, it's a great camera. One of my favorite cameras to use, one of the most reliable cameras that I've used. It has that dual base ISO, which is amazing, 800 and 12,800, so you're basically covered in any lighting scenario. Just a really great camera for a variety of projects. So I am not trying to sell this camera to anybody, or I'm not trying to say it's the best camera. I think every camera depends on your needs and the projects that you do. And I've used a variety of cameras from the high end like Arri Alexas or Red cameras down to the smallest compact XLR cameras. So at the end of the day, it's about the cameraman or the camera woman, not the camera. It's about the artist and their artistry. And I say that story and substance should go over technology, and technology should be used to push story and substance. So with that said, have a good day. Go out there and make something great. Take care.